Hi, welcome back to Auxy Pro with Susan Brody. Today we're going to be talking about drums and percussion, but we're going way beyond simply how to find them and watching me put down some notes. There are all kinds of effects and unusual instruments and percussives that are even, many of which are even kind of hidden away. So I'll show you how to access everything. But I thought I would start this video showing you some results, some end results to kind of get you psyched up for it. So I have 3 different scenes 11, 12, and 13 at the bottom, which each kind of are different from each other. They're using different drum kits and different add-ons. One has some special effects adjustments. So let's go ahead and play these last 3 scenes just to give you some ideas.
Bring it up, 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 bring it up.
Okay, so there you go. So let me start then by showing you how to do this. So I'm going to click on Instrument below, where you see that to show you all the different drum kits. We'll pick from Drums and Samples, and you'll see each of these gives you like an idea of the sounds that are included in that particular drum kit. So like 4 down, Appetite. Okay, that's an example of what you could achieve using the sounds included in that. Or, okay. So I'll just go with Battery. I'll say Done up top. And here we have Battery appearing in the Instruments section. The percussions are usually blue by default. You can change that. So if I click the word Battery, and let's see if I click up here on Battery, no. Well, there is a way to change it. Let me click the plus sign underneath and we'll start working. So as always, it defaults to 1 bar, and 1/16 is the default time signature, which means that you've got clusters of 4 notes. These are like measures, like 4/4 time signature. So for example, if I do the very beginning kick, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and we have a total of 4 measures, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. You get the idea, all the way down to the bottom. Okay, but we can change this. Okay. We can click on that 1/16, and instead we could say triplets. This makes it 3/4 time signature. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, kind of a waltz signature. Or, we can do precision triplets. This is really cool because they're teeny, teeny. Okay. So, whoops, I'm sorry, I have something else in the background over here. Let me bring this down to a new scene at the end. Plus, okay, I don't want what it has there. I'll click Battery. I'm going to unclick the orange that it put by default. Okay, so, and all of this is explained in my first video, so what I'm doing. So let me go back into Battery, okay? So let me get rid of a lot of this. But you can see, now what's interesting is if I change the time signature back to the default 1/16, which is like 4 beats per section, per measure, it doesn't move what I already have. Like look down here, okay? I can lay down my 4/4 time signature alongside the triplets. So let's see. Which is a really interesting effect, okay? when you merge, when you combine the two kinds of time signatures, you're not always going to want that, but maybe you will. So do you see that? How you have in the very same measure, like the measure that starts with this and ends here, right? We can have 4 beats in that measure, as well as 3 beats in that measure with, different instruments, because I laid down the ones that are called kick, the column called kick, when I had it set for 3/4 time, and I laid down snare with 4/4. Okay, let me get rid of every other one again. I like this better. And there's another feature called soft I'd like to show you. Do you see up top the word soft? I click on that, and now it enables me to make any of these notes softer. So maybe with the notes over here, I'll click on these 3. I think where you'll notice it more, let me do another example. Let me say done. Let me open up a new one. Okay. So if I do, let's see. All right. A whole bunch of these without adjusting softness, this is what it would sound like. Okay, just very consistent. If I do soft with every other, for example, gives a little, instead of da 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 like a machine gun, it's more like da 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 da, right? And maybe I don't even want that many notes. I'll make it like this. Do you see that? Now, while the word is depressed, anything I put down is going to be soft. And if I want it to be loud again, I'll undo soft by clicking on it. Okay, because I need to get these back up to full speed. So now every other one is soft, every other one is loud. Okay. Now some additional things that I want to show you in here, because there's so much more. Okay. Do you see how we have about 6 instruments up top or so? And then we have all these plus signs. It's because we can add individual ones from other drum kits, as well as from a huge other set of, like, I'll call them hidden drum instruments, because I feel like they're hidden to a lot of people if they don't venture to try clicking on a plus sign and experimenting. So I'll click on the first plus sign, and it brings up a whole bunch of drum kits. These are other ones, in fact. So for example, this one, Mars. Within that, we have 24 hi-hats, 15 kicks, 33 percussions, and 19 snares, okay? So just to give you some ideas, we'll say snares. Let's look at all 19. Okay, they're all over the place, okay? But maybe I don't want one of those. So let me go back. We have just all these cool titles that really make you think, wow, what's in that? Let's say, I don't know, what's Dusty Trip Mop? Let's look at the shakers. Someone has a category called shaker. Okay. Now I'm going to show you up top, sorry, hope I didn't make you dizzy, imported. If you click on imported on this little arrow, you can actually upload samples. And if you want an explanation of how to do that, click where it says samples help, okay? Because if you click here, it's like a tutorial, an explanation on what to do. And worst comes to worst, at the bottom, please contact support. You can contact support. They're really great about getting back to you. But this explains everything you need to know. I tried importing one sample that I took, absolutely horrible. So I'm not even going to play that one. It was just me saying, we have categories. This is really good to know. Do you see the second thing down is categories? So if you want to just break everything into categories, because you know, for example, that you want a vocal chop. Okay, there are tons of these. And I have a song where I use this one quite a lot, and it sounds fantastic. Let me go back. So maybe you're just wanting percussion. Let me just show you how many It's unbelievable how many are in here. It just goes on and on. Do you see the bar to the right has hardly even started moving down? It's unbelievable. Cowbells, congas, güiro. I think that's a Puerto Rican instrument or Cuban instrument. Percussion. Okay, there's so much. I can't even begin to explain. I could sit here for hours just looking through these. I mean, look at this. I'm not even a fraction of the way down. Yeah, and there's traditional sounds. There's like indigenous music kind of sounds. There's electric sounds. There's all kinds of things. Hip hop sounds. There's like everything. All right, let me go back to categories and back to packs. Okay, so favorites. I have a whole bunch of favorites in here that I've chosen. Let's see. I have a lot in riser, so let's see what some of my favorites were. I don't even remember. I'm eager to try these. They sound like Gregorian chant. Okay. Let me take that. I actually used that in one of the examples I played you at the beginning, I'm quite sure. And I noticed if you just do one, you don't even hear it. This one, you know what, it wasn't this. It was something else where I had to lay down several in order to hear it. But this one is different. This one's better because do you see that little line underneath at the bottom of the blue square? That means that you can drag it from the bottom. So that is really nice. I kind of wish they all had that, or that a lot more sounds had that feature. Let's move it up so we can drag it longer. All right, I guess it tops out at 2 measures. Okay, I'll say done. Now from here, let's look at some of the special effects. So I'll click on that small box underneath. Okay, like where it says battery, and there are 2 different, there's this and there's this, and then right under it, there's this plus sign. I'll click on that. That's the special effects and volume control. Okay, so if we click on the word volume in the upper left, we can see what options we have. We have pitch, distortion, low pass, high pass, ducker, and volume. Okay. I'll just do something with volume just to demonstrate. Let me get this playing. Now I will click once on the line to the right, the blue line, and I will move this. So it starts quieter, gets louder. Maybe I want to have it get louder sooner. Let me touch the line in the middle to make a new dot and drag it out, because maybe I just really would like it to be full volume very early on. Now let's say, oops, okay, let me say done. Now let me show you one other thing. So maybe this is not even going to go at all, but whatever. I added in a different instrumental. So I'm going to go back to keep editing this drum. Okay. Okay, maybe you're like, well, I want to keep working on the drum, but I really don't want to have to hear that other thing going on in the background. In the lower right where it says solo, okay, this will just temporarily lower the volumes of everything else that you've got in that same scene so that you can focus on the scene at hand. Okay, so now I can do whatever I want to do. Okay, and then when I'm ready, Okay, I'll say done. And I think that was everything I wanted to show you. Let me see, I showed you that there's some vocal sounds. Let me just go over that a little bit more. I'm going to say done. Let me get back to that other sample that I gave you before.
Bring it up, 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 bring it up.
So here, actually, there are a few things I want to show you. So do you see how I have a whole bunch of little notes?
Bring it up, bring it up.
Over there, it sounds like right? That thing is because I had changed the time signature and done precision triplets, 1/24 precision triplets, and that gave me the boxes to be able to insert those notes perfectly. The rest of this, I think, was just done in the default 1/16. But no, there's something else. This here, this one that I just messed up. Okay, that was in triplets. That was in this. Let me go back to default.
Bring it up, 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 bring it up.
And you can see wherever the notes are darker, like in this L shape here in the middle, that's because I had it softer, some louder. Like too soft and then a loud will give you a nice like da-da-da, like that.
Bring it up. Bring it up.
But it's such a cacophony, it's kind of hard to make out much of anything here. And I made this 2 bars so that I could have each half a little different. Otherwise, it'll keep repeating the first one. Okay, I'll say done. In the second one, what I wanted to show you was the sound. I had to make 4 bars because I only wanted this long thing to happen at the end. Let me show you what it sounds like. Okay, that was actually from this. It was very much delayed, so I had to move this to start sooner than I expected. I wanted it to be right at the end, that sound, that whoosh sound, but in order to get it to happen at the end of all this, I had to start laying down these individual notes. This is not one where I could just drag it like that other one I displayed. I had to put separate notes down, but it worked. And what's kind of cool about that is that that sound will carry over into the next measure. And that's a really cool way to kind of connect your different scenes. So here goes. So you see, it actually didn't even happen till scene 13 had started. I could probably even move it earlier, to move it up a little bit. And that way it will start at the end of scene 12 and continue into scene 13. And that would really tie the two together, I think. But in any case, it's a cool effect to sometimes put at the end of a scene or at the beginning of another. I guess I tend to put them at the end. So I think that's all for now, and I hope this has been useful. If you have any suggestions, anything you want to add to this, please let me know, and I'm sure I'll have more to come. Okay, thanks so much for joining me, and have a wonderful day. Bye.